Welcome back, everybody, to the Not So Serious Life, episode number 45. 45 like a pew pew, like a 45 caliber or a 45 Colt 45. That's a drink, isn't it? It's like malt liquor. What other 45 cool things are there? 45 is how old you are.
Well, it's something you won't be able to even understand. 45 RPM record.
I do know what those are. The vinyl records.
45 is?
I know the 45 is the smaller. They're not the big vinyl, right?
The big is a vinyl record album, but then there's something called a 78 that only octogenarians will know what I'm talking about.
Octogenarian sounds like something you need antibiotics for.
I know. Well, I think if I ever become an octogenarian, I'm going to need a lot of medication.
Do you start off as a quadgenarian and then work your way up?
I don't know.
All right, we are back here for episode 45. So excited to always be here with you guys. Steve Chandler, Jason Goldberg. Steve, what do you got there?
Well,
whoa!
Can you still hear me?
I can still, well, it's a little muffled, but I can hear you.
Of course it's muffled. I'm through the canvas.
Can I just do the show with Mighty Mouse today?
You know, this is Mighty Mouse. And Kathy had this made for me because she knows Mighty Mouse means a lot to me. As a child, Mighty Mouse was a major factor in my wanting to live life and stay alive. Mighty Mouse was key to me.
Yeah, and then, of course, Andy Kaufman made him famous. Why was Mighty Mouse so important to you?
Well, he was just inspiring. When I watched cartoons, and he was always saving the day. When people were in trouble, he would fly in and save the day, and I loved Mighty Mouse.
Did you like that he was like an underdog, like a mouse that people typically wouldn't assume was a hero?
Underdog. He was never considered an underdog.
But he's a mouse. Like, nobody thinks of mice as being heroic.
That is very judgmental. This is the first time I've ever looked at Mighty Mouse that way. He's a mouse, and you're using the word mouse like it's some bad thing. Of course he's a mouse. Mighty Mouse would have to be a mouse.
My pit bull just got up and walked away. I think she's upset that I said something mean about Mighty Mouse.
Well,
I apologize. I like the Warhol-esque picture, though. That's really cool.
Yeah, Kathy had that made. She designed it. It's great. It inspires me.
That's cool. She's super talented. She's awesome. You married up just like me. Okay, are you ready for today's question?
Absolutely.
Okay, this one comes from Margot. And Margot says, how do I maintain boundaries when everyone around me thinks their crisis takes priority? She says, how do I maintain boundaries and therefore focus when everyone around me seems bent on focusing my time to their own agenda, crisis, hand grenade they just tossed me? So how do I maintain boundaries when everyone else around me thinks their crisis takes priority?
I think you're going to have to answer this one.
Oh, God, I was hoping you were going to answer it first, because this is a time warrior question right here.
Yeah, it is. It is.
All right.
A warrior question.
Okay, so I'm going to see how good I am with my time warriorness by answering first, and then you can fill in all the gaps for everything I missed. How about that?
All right.
Okay, cool. So, so the first thing I think about is I saw the hand grenade thing, and that kind of, piques my interest and sparks my ears up. And the hand grenade only hurts if you catch it and hold on to it, right? If you take responsibility for the hand grenade and you need to hold it close to you, then yes, it's going to explode and hurt. But who would you have to be?
Actually, it's not going to hurt.
No.
If you hold it that close to you and let it explode, you're not going to be aware of any pain. It's when you're a little bit away and only part of it hits you. That's the only time it hurts. This is my military background speaking here. I've got to bring you up to date on that.
Yeah, so a few weeks ago, we told people that we weren't going to recommend becoming a meth addict to look older, but we still talked about it. Now we're telling people how to hold a grenade so they die but don't feel any pain. That's good stuff.
That's
okay.
it.
Good. That's good.
Please go
okay,
ahead.
So I'll continue. So I think...
I know how carefully you rehearse these answers, and I don't want to throw you off.
Oh, this may be my new favorite episode. Okay, so the first thing I think about is agreements here too, right? Agreements are key. So who's in control of your time? Who sets your schedule? So if there's things that you are choosing that need to get done first in your life that have nothing to do with other people, things that you've agreed to do, things that you are responsible for, if you were only able to work 4 hours a day, those are the things that I would say to do first. And those are the things that are going to have the biggest impact for you. So you got to choose to do those first and make them non-negotiable. Now, at the same time, you can have crisis time blocked out. I remember doing this in my corporate life, as I would have a lot of stuff in my schedule, but I would actually book in crisis time. And what crisis time meant was all the unavoidable fires that come up and things like that. If I agree that I don't have an open door policy, I'm not a mini-mart that you can come into 24/7 and demand Twinkies, but I do have crisis time set aside for when people need me outside of what our normal scheduled stuff is to do. So if that's something that would serve you and serve the people you work with to have some set aside crisis time, then you can focus all of the rest of your attention on what you need to focus on instead of letting yourself just be open to everybody else's needs all the time.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, people don't demand Twinkies, do they? I mean, they exchange money for Twinkies. But I think if you walk into a mini mart and demand Twinkies, I think you're on a video cam, I think you get in real trouble. I just want to point that out.
But don't people do that with your time? Don't they come in and they demand it?
Well, it's a pretty good metaphor, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm not criticizing it, but I just want to point out to our audience that people generally, unless they're strung out or carrying a weapon, don't walk into a mini mart and demand Twinkies. They exchange money for Twinkies.
Steve, let's just say what this really is. This is retribution for me talking bad about Mighty Mouse. Let's just get that out in the open.
You use the word mouse as if it were some kind of
inferior
lower form of life. That's what got to me.
All right, sorry, go ahead.
So here's the Margot. Who are these people, Margot? I mean, that's my question. I have a question back. Who are these people? You have surrounded yourself with whiners and complainers, and you've refused to take responsibility for surrounding yourself with whiners and complainers who try to push their problems over on you. Get new people. Get a new team of people. That's my answer. Surround yourself with people who are upbeat, people like Jason and myself, who are happy, make you happy, Margot. You know, we make you happy because you wouldn't be watching this show if we didn't make you happy. So surround yourself with people like us. As a matter of fact, have us over. Have us come over. And when the whiners start whining and complaining and trying to drag you into their negative world, Jason and I will be there and we'll make fun of them.
Yes, we'll ridicule them until they go away.
We will mock them and ridicule them, and you'll be sitting there laughing, and they'll be, you know what they're going to say?
What?
Why have we treated Margot this way all this time? What have we been doing? It wasn't until the not so serious guys showed up and showed us the humor, the ridiculousness in our complaining that we really saw what we were doing to Margot.
I think it's a new service we should offer, just coming in to ridicule the people you
Come
work
into
with.
your home. We will, all the serious stuff that the people around you think they have going on, we will show them immediately that it's not so serious.
So contact us now for rates and availability of the ridicule place.
But, you know, everyone has savings.
Oh my God, I don't know what else to say. Margot, if that did not make you laugh and make you see what you can do now, I mean, that was some real practical advice there. Hire the not so serious life guys to come in and ridicule the crap out of these people. And then if that doesn't work, then you can try the other stuff that I said. But first and foremost, ridicule and mockery is the best way to do this. Is that right, Steve?
Yeah. And don't take them personally. Don't take it personally that they have problems. It's like going to the window and seeing the rain and saying, "Why me?"
Yeah.
It's raining, so they have problems. Don't take it personally.
Yep, absolutely. Cool. I love it. Margot, great question. Thank you very much for that. And for anybody or thing else, see, I'm trying to inclusion here, Steve.
Yeah,
Anybody or thing else, it could be a plant, it could be a bee, it could be a human, anything that has a question for us, please feel free to send it over to questions@thenotsoseriouslife.com so we can simplify and humorize it right here on the show for you. And you get a gift. We send people gifts every time they send a question into the show, and we actually use it on the show. But again, like we've said before, we don't talk about how generous we are. It's just something we kind of do, you know?
It just comes out of our nature.
It does. It's like, you know, we make
talk about it.
We make anonymous donations to charities, and then we do shows to talk about the charities that we anonymously donate to. Yeah, good stuff. And don't forget to go to our website, thenotsoseriouslife.com, to sign up for our free inner circle. We love you guys. We will see you on the next episode. Have a fantastic day. Peace out.
Peace.